Merry Christmas! Hello, welcome to the N&L show, the Christmas edition for 2022. And it's been an amazing year. The market's been fantastic. And we're looking forward to next year as well.
Definitely.
But let's kick it off. What's your overall observations of the market?
I think at the minute there is pretty low stock levels, but the demand is still there. However, there isn't the rush and the urgency perhaps that we've seen earlier in the year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty steady market for most of the year. We're not seeing those crazy increases like we were in 2021, but it's a healthy market to be involved in. So with Christmas, we will see a slowdown in activity between now and probably mid-January, but I have sold properties up until Christmas Eve before.
And I anticipate us doing the same.
Well, hopefully. Hopefully. There won't be many new properties come on the market between now and early January, so the stock that's there should get good interest.
Okay.
Yes. Let's have a look at the market stats.
Alrighty, what have I got today? I have Canning Vale. So median value is 682.
Getting up there.
9.1% increase. Median days on market 13.
So it's going towards 700 as a median price.
Yes.
It's really good.
That's very high, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, on the graph, we're going up again. There's no dips again. So that's good for Canning Vale.
So with Thornlie, median price is now 468, which is an 8.3% increase. Days on market still really low, just 15 days.
There you go. Southern River, 618,000 is the median value, which is 8% increase and 15 days on the market as well. And this graph is going up again also.
Gosnells, median price 374. I wonder next year we might crack 400,000 as a median price for Gosnells.
That's great.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Days on market still really low at 19. So very good market if you're looking to sell, if you're looking to buy. It's a bit of a struggle, and I think people are getting frustrated as well. So next time they make an offer, if they've missed out on a few properties, they go in pretty strong. To
make sure they get it this time.
Yeah.
It's an emotional ride, isn't it? You put your offer in and
you're waiting.
And that's, it's pretty tough.
And different agents do it differently, and I think
for sure.
Sometimes the communication's not always great as well, going back to buyers. So, buy through us, you won't have that problem.
That's it, absolutely. Maybe we over-communicate. I'm an over-communicator for sure.
You talk a lot.
I do. My sellers and my buyers are part of the family. In the end, I know.
Indeed. We've got a couple of listings to talk about. 15 Darken Drive in Gosnells.
Yeah.
So this one sits on the border of Gosnells and Southern River. If it was just across the road, you'd probably pay an extra $80,000 for this property. So it's only from $479 advertised price. It's a generous 4x2. Bit of work to do outside, but you could really add value to this property.
And inside's beautiful, so you could move in and no problems there, and perhaps just renovate the backyard.
Probably the carpet needs to be done, but
of course,
carpet backyard, you more than likely add $25,000 in value, I would think, just by doing that.
Yeah, easy.
And then I've got 93 Caulfield Street, which is coming up. That's a 3x1 with a swimming pool as well.
I haven't seen that one yet, actually.
No, photos got done yesterday. So not online yet.
Okay.
And it's got really nice high rake ceilings in the main living area, not your average design for 3x1 in the area. So that's going to sell straight away as well.
Excellent, that's good. And I've got a couple coming up too.
Right.
I know.
Whoa.
I know. We are busy. I'm busy. I know. I'm busy. I don't know what's happening.
It must be that digital signboard of yours.
Look, it could be lots of things. Maybe because I'm just lovely. The December has become very busy with 2 new listings already, and I've got another one coming at the end of the week as well, which is really good and actually excites me because I was thinking, maybe it's just the Nathan show, but it's nice to be.
It's the N&L show.
It is.
Not just the
N show. It's the little bit of the Louise show. So I'll be super busy over Christmas. Good. But I think the good thing to know is that we might take some time off and be home from the office, but we're still available. So if we need to do some private viewings, easy, you know.
So where are these listings?
We've got Perth, Seville Grove, and River Vale coming up.
Jeez.
So that's great.
Yeah.
But available for private viewings. We'll be still doing appointments, business as normal. Just working from home as opposed to the office a little bit.
We're not going away or anything like that.
No, we're not. And we've got the kids at home, so we'll be balancing everything. But that's no different to, well, personally, my everyday life. So it's fine. We'll be calling on all the babysitters.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So we were going to talk about what happens at settlement this time.
Yes. Now, you used to work in settlements for how many years?
5.
Oh.
So I was a settlement agent for 5 years.
You should be a full bottle.
So, yeah, I worked at Action Conveyancing, which is great for your sister, of course, my lovely sister-in-law, Janine. And I learned a lot from her. She's excellent. And I think that was actually a really good transition to get into real estate personally, because there was already a background knowledge there. So basically your settlement agent or your conveyancer is responsible for transferring the title or the certificate of title from the seller to the buyer and preparing the legal documents around that, as well as liaising with the banks or the brokers to make sure that discharge mortgage is ready and the new mortgage is ready. Now everybody's talking together. So you often have a settlement agent acting for the buyer and the seller, and they're liaising as well. Settlements have changed a lot over the years. Majority of them are done on PEXA now, which is an online platform where the banks and the settlement agents all meet up. All the documents are loaded electronically.
So you get your money straight away pretty much.
Money straight away. If you're selling and you're making some money on your sale, that money is in your bank account almost instantly.
So it used to be checks?
It used to be all checks. And so our outside clerk had to go into the city and meet with the banks and get all the checks. And, some settlements are still paper at the minute. Obviously,
so
if it's like
mortgagees,
if you've got to do with probate, all those ones. Otherwise, if you're on PEXA, it's nice and easy and automatic. Now, a big thing that people will talk about is when do we get our keys? So would you like to tell us about that, too?
Yeah, pretty easy one. So if the property's vacant, you do get them once the settlement goes through.
Yeah, so once we get confirmation.
Yeah, if someone's living in the property, then the seller has till 12 o'clock the following day to hand the keys over.
That's right.
So it can be a bit of a mad rush if they're buying another property and that's got an occupant in it as well. Yeah. So you just got to work together, really.
I think, some people find that a little bit overwhelming. But at the end of the day, thousands of people have done it before. Again, it is just communication with everybody and everything can be worked out. So, it might end up being that one truck's leaving and one truck's arriving, but everybody does it.
It'll be mayhem.
It will, but again, communication, everybody talks to each other.
And don't underestimate how much stuff you've got in your house, because it is only a short window to get out. You need to be extremely well prepared.
Yeah, do your big sort out first. Yeah. Don't move all your crap.
Have it at the front door ready to go.
Yeah.
I think when your mum moved out of her place, how long did it take?
Yeah, a day and a half. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to.
They didn't stick to the 12 o'clock time frame.
No, unfortunately, but
terrible.
But we had a great buyer that worked with that, so that was fun.
Lucky.
Again, communication.
Yeah.
And that's all that it needs to be. So there's no problems there at all.
So if there's a delay in settlement, what happens there?
So we have a 3-day grace period in which to settle without penalty charges.
Yeah. And if it goes beyond the 3 days?
Then penalty interest will be charged.
All right. I'm going to test you because I rang my sister.
Did you?
Earlier today. What is the percentage that gets charged?
9%.
Oh! I was not expecting that.
I did know that, but in my mind I was thinking, look, it's been about 6 years since I did settle.
Well done.
6 or 7, I don't even know. So it might have changed, but it's not.
Okay, so what that means...
Show me your little calculation.
If someone purchases a house for $400,000, they don't settle on time within the 3-day grace period, you go 400,000 times 9% divided by 365 days. So then they will get charged $98.63 per day until the settlement goes through. And it's backdated to when settlement should be.
Yeah, so that takes out the 3 days grace.
Yeah.
And it goes either way for the seller or the buyer.
Yeah.
So if the buyer's holding it up, they get charged the penalty interest. If the seller's, so that's that.
Okay. Now, cleaning of a property.
It basically, it's a hard one, isn't it? Look, it basically needs to be in the state that it was when the buyer saw it or wrote the offer. I feel like common sense, though, clean your house. I mean...
Well, everyone's idea of clean can be totally different.
That's true too.
So,
I mean...
it needs to be in the same state as when you...
That's the law.
Yeah.
I think I would want to move into a house that is clean, but I would also probably clean it when I moved there.
Yeah.
And I think most people are the same. But I think...
And if you've got that time issue where you've got to be out by 12 o'clock, it can be hard to have it absolutely spotless.
It can, but again, organisation...
Yeah.
If you've packed everything out of your cupboards, clean your cupboards.
But you don't have to have your carpets cleaned or anything like that unless it's written as a special condition, but I would never write that condition to make it easy for everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Now, possession prior is something that does come along once in a while.
Yeah. So if there is a delay and you're happy for the buyer to have the keys before the settlement occurs, you can do a possession prior agreement. So as soon as they take possession, the state of the property becomes the buyer's responsibility.
That's right.
So if something was to stop working at that point, the seller's not required to fix it. So they are used, but we try to stay away from having the possession
it's
prior,
a very
emergency.
Yeah, it's a last resort type thing. Yeah. So and also you have to make sure that as a buyer that your insurance starts on that day. Yeah. So if something was to happen, you are covered. So
if the delay is due to the seller and the seller doesn't want to be charged these penalties, they may offer the possession prior.
Something they can discuss. Yeah. I mean, look, it's there for these emergency situations.
Yeah.
The other one is clearing of rubbish from the property. Now, that does need to be all gone. Once you move out, settlements happen and you're out, everything needs to go. You can't leave rubbish.
Yeah. So even if it's spare paving or tiles, if the buyer doesn't want it,
you have to remove it.
Take it. I mean, they should really keep them there, but I have had buyers that want everything gone.
Yeah.
So if it's not fixed,
it's got to go.
Anything, it's got to go.
Yeah, and if that means you need to skip in, again, organisation, let's organise it. And we've always got great contacts that we can pass on for that. But yeah, everything needs to go.
Yeah. Okay. Almost time to have a break, but still got another week or so to go. So
yeah. I'm excited. I don't mind. Keep working.
You love Christmas.
I do love Christmas, but I'm happy to keep working.
I don't like Christmas.
Not as much.
No.
That's because we spend lots of money.
Well, the bank account goes this way, and the sales go this way as well, and then it's nerve-wracking. So, and we know how much you like to spend, and you're bored at home, online shopping. It's a nightmare. Well,
luckily I'm so busy that I'm not going to be bored. I'm going to be so busy, so there won't be a problem with that. Plus, I pretty much already got everything that I wanted anyway, so all good.
All right, have a good one.
All right, have a great Christmas and New Year's, and we will be back in the middle of January, so 2023.
Okay,
Thank you so much.